Wow, guys, I've never seen Kristen Welker fact check a fellow Democrat after they tell lie after lie. She left him speechless and she also defended Trump while doing so. You guys gotta check this video out.
Joining me now is the Democratic governor of Illinois, J.B. Pritzker. Governor Pritzker, welcome back to Meet the Press.
Great to see you, Kristen.
Well, it is great to have you here after a very big week. Your state is housing some of the Democrats who fled Texas to block redistricting there. Senator John Cornyn says the FBI granted his request to help track them down. And Texas Governor Greg Abbott says they are preparing to arrest those Democrats. What would you do if law enforcement officials tried to arrest Texas lawmakers in your state, Governor?
Well, first of all, Texas law does not apply in the state of Illinois, and there's no federal law that would allow the FBI to arrest anybody that's here visiting our state. So it's a lot of grandstanding. That's what this is all about. And so John Cornyn, who's trying to run for re-election, apparently losing to an even more extreme MAGA Republican, Ken Paxton, trying to get some headlines for himself. And Greg Abbott, of course, has been a disaster for the country as he sent people across the country on his quest to change the immigration discussion. And of course, we had 50,000 migrants that were sent to the state of Illinois because of him. So what I can tell you is that the Texas Democrats that are here are welcome. We're providing them a safe haven, a place for them to visit and stay. Breaking quorum because they're heroes that are standing up not just for their own constituents and for the people of Texas and their rights, but also for the rights of people all across the country. Because what Greg Abbott is doing and what Donald Trump is attempting to do is to cheat. Mid-decade here, this is they're attempting to change the map. They know that they're going to lose in 2026, the Congress, and so they're trying to steal seats. And so that is what these Texas Democrats are trying to stand up against. And then don't forget, the map that they put together it violates the Voting Rights Act, and it violates the Constitution. And so thank God for these Texas House Democrats.
Well, let's talk about the issue at hand here. Texas Republicans being urged by President Trump, as you just said, are pushing this mid-decade redistricting plan. Their goal is to add as many as 5 GOP seats. In response to Democrats like yourself are thinking of drawing your own maps to boost seats in blue states. Take a listen to what Texas Governor Greg Abbott told my colleague Ryan Chandler about that. Take a look.
What's your message to governors like Newsom, Hochul, Pritzker, who have said they will retaliate if Texas does this?
They have no capability. They've already gerrymandered their states in ways in which they don't have hardly any Republican members of Congress. Look at the map of Illinois. It's drawn in such a way that they can't even squeeze out another Republican. It's a joke.
What's your response to Governor Abbott?
Well, Governor Abbott is the joke. He's the one who is attempting mid-decade here at a time when, frankly, all of us are concerned about the future of democracy. He's literally helping whittle it away and licking the boots of his leader, Donald Trump. Here in Illinois.
So, guys, right there, the classic insult Trump to get applause move, right? They always do this. No matter what it is, they insult Trump, then they try to sprinkle in something that they want to do, and it's always a lie. It's not working outside of Chicago. I'm sorry. It's just not working. Let's keep going, guys, because this is one you guys got to check out, and I need you to like the video so we can keep going, keep giving you guys new videos.
Illinois, we followed the law. We provided a map and passed a map that follows the Voting Rights Act and the Constitution and the laws of the state of Illinois. He's attempting to thwart federal law and take away 5 seats that are in the hands of black, brown, minority congresspeople and the people that they represent. He's taking those votes away. He's violating the Constitution. And all of us need to stand up and speak out and make sure that it's understood across the country that what they're trying to do in Texas is illegal.
Well, Governor, it might be illegal. It's not unprecedented, though, or it might be rare, I should say. But Texas actually tried to redraw districts mid-decade before in 2003, and the U.S. Supreme Court actually upheld the map in that case with the exception of one district. So the argument that Abbott is making is it's not illegal, though they are doing it certainly in an off year. But I do want to look at the map of Illinois. Let's take a look at this. Despite President Trump winning 44% of the statewide vote in 2024, Republicans hold only 3 of Illinois' 17 districts. These districts seem to be designed to maximize Democratic advantage. What do you say to those who argue that it's hypocritical for you to criticize Texas for partisanship when your state also drew maps to boost your party's standing?
3 out of 17, right? And you're accusing Texas of gerrymandering. That's like a bank robber accusing a person for jaywalking. And the thing that I find the craziest out of all this, whenever you go look at these Democrat run places, they're always run down and the crime rate is insanely high. Then they want to say, we don't want Trump here. We don't want Trump doing this. We don't want Trump doing that. Then you look at the crime rate, the homicide rate, everything. Everything is bad there. And these are the same exact people that say they care for you and they don't want Trump there. They want Trump. They don't want Trump's involvement. I don't know, man. If you guys go look it up, this is what happened. They vote blue and no matter who, and everything goes down.
Well, remember that what Texas is trying to do is, again, violate the Voting Rights Act. We didn't. We held public hearings, legislative hearings. People attended them. They spoke out. There was a map that was put out. There were actually changes made to the map, and a map was passed. And it was done at the end of the census, the decennial census. So that's how it's done in this country. You talked about how rare it is to do what he's doing. Yes, it is. What's even rarer is to do it at the behest of the President of the United States, who's clearly attempting to and says that he deserves to have 5 more seats. He's wrong. And he's attempting to change the game because, again, he passed this big, ugly bill. It's hyper unpopular in Texas, among people in Texas and across the country. And he knows he's going to lose the Congress in 2026. That's why he's going to his allies and hoping that they can save him. And we've all got to stand up against this. It's cheating. Donald Trump is a cheater. He cheats on his wives. He cheats at golf. And now he's trying to cheat the American people out of their votes.
Well, look, sticking.
When people start talking about golf swings instead of policy, you know Trump's doing something right. You just know he's doing something right. They've run out of all arguments that they could have possibly had. And even, I feel bad to say this, but even Kristen Welker has to stand up and call the BS out. Like, you only could let it go so far before this gets out of hand. I think next up is going to be Jake Tapper. Next up is going to be CNN Caitlin Collins. Because this BS is getting out of hand, and just look at her face. She's even surprised. Like, come on. If
On your state's map, every major group that grades the fairness of congressional maps gives your state an F. Common Cause, a nonpartisan government watchdog, even says your map, and I'm going to quote, represents a nearly perfect model for everything that can go wrong with redistricting. And I guess the question is, you talk about preserving democracy. How do you preserve democracy if you're using the same tactics that you've criticized Texas Republicans for?
But as I say, what they're talking about is a distraction. The reality is that the violation of people's voting rights is what Texas is attempting to do. That's what's wrong with their efforts right now. And the fact that the President of the United States knows it and nevertheless is asking them to do it. That is what's wrong with what we're seeing right now. Democracy is at stake, and these Texas Democrats are standing up to what the GOP is attempting to do, which is to steal seats because they know what they've done is wrong. They know that they've made an enormous mistake.
Let's turn now to foreign policy, Governor, and the crisis in Gaza. As you know, Prime Minister Netanyahu says he's now planning a ground invasion into Gaza City. Illinois has one of the largest populations of Palestinian Americans in the U.S. More than half of the Democratic senators last week, a record number, actually voted to block sales of some weapons to Israel. Do you think the U.S. should stop sending weapons to Israel, Governor?
Look, I think that the resolution that was put up in the United States Senate was an effort to send a message. And it's the right kind of a message, which is that Israel needs to make sure that the food assistance that ought to go to innocent Palestinians should arrive there. And they should do everything in their power to prevent the starvation that I think we've all seen. So that's the message that's attempting to be sent by the United States Senate. I believe it's very important for us not only to protect those who are innocent on both sides of that border, making sure that Israelis and Palestinians are protected, but also to make sure that we're seeing the return of the hostages, that Israel is allowed to stand up to terrorists like Hamas, but not allowed to target or have ill effect as best they can on the innocent people of Gaza. So that I think is what's going on right now. We've all got to stand up and make sure that the innocent are protected.
All right. Well, I want to talk about the future now of your party. You're one of the leaders of the Democratic Party. You are also a billionaire. Some in your party are openly questioning whether billionaires such as yourself should exist at all, Governor. Just listen to what Zohran Mamdani, New York City's Democrat.
The Democrats love billionaires as long as those billionaires are donating to the Democrats. It's funny how that works. They always point all these fingers, and my mom always told me, you point one finger, there's going to be 10 more pointing right back at you. Let's keep going, guys. Make sure you're liking the video.
Democratic nominee for mayor told me recently. Take a look. Do you think that billionaires have a right to exist?
I don't think that we should have billionaires because, frankly, it is so much money in a moment of such inequality.
Governor, is that the kind of message that Democrats should be embracing?
Look, how much money you have doesn't determine what your values are. And I'm a Democrat because I believe that everyone deserves health care. I'm a Democrat because I believe
we're going to end the video out there, guys. Illinois, they deserve better. America deserve better. Americans deserve better, right? I think in 2026, we need to make sure they get that better. We already made sure Trump got in office. We're already seeing unlimited amount of change. We need to see a little bit more. Let's stand up. Let's let these people know that we're here for them. I think interviews like this should be a public service announcement. Let me know what you guys think about this quick video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're new. And as always, let me know what you react to. We're out.